Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Good, I'm a little car sick for some reason, but I'm psyched. Fucking Paul Rudd, you know?
You get car sick a lot?
No. In fact, I never like this. I also always book everything myself, and my assistant went through his PR, and I just feel like weird.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't tell him, I don't know if he's seen anything, I was able to send him anything of mine, so I don't know if he knows anything about me.
Hey guys, hey. Oh, he's not here yet, then. It's a little
Okay, Rick, did you see my emails?
No. What?
Okay.
What's up?
So I have to tell you, Paul is, he's not gonna be coming because, he was here. I'm so sorry.
Wait, what happened?
So it was a miscommunication and it was completely my fault. Paul came at 11. I'm so sorry because, we had it for 11 and, last night you said, could we change it? You wanted to sleep in and Mike said that was totally fine. I got it all arranged and, I think I just didn't, communicate that to Paul properly.
Is he able to come, or when are we doing it?
He was here. Mike was talking to him.
He came here?
He's here for, yeah.
How long, when was he here? How long ago?
I think right at 11.
Do you have his number?
But the thing is, he has a thing at 12:30, which is why he said he couldn't have changed it anyway. So, he says he is happy to do it another time.
What happened? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't let Paul know that we're changing to.
He wasn't pissed. He was.
No, he was totally. Yeah, he's not.
cool.
He has no. I'm sure he's gonna.
Why?
I told him it was all. It was all my fault. And
Why?
why?
What do you mean? Like you forgot to tell him?
I didn't tell him, and then I didn't see him reaching.
All right, hold on. So hold on. I'm just I'm feeling myself being mad right now, and I understand this shit happens, and I'm just
No,
I'm really fucking frustrated right now.
I totally.
And also, just give me a second.
I know. Yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to pay me for today. I know you spent money on the studio, and
Fuck, man. Fuck. Well, I mean, if he's gonna reschedule, when? Because he's doing this for his movie.
and he's I think he said he's going out of town for like a month now, so he'll be back in June.
In June, dude? I don't even know if I don't live in New York. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm mad, and I guess.
I mean, can I just be honest? I feel terrible because I know it was a big deal. Paul was coming on. Paul did everything he could to let us, to try and reach out. I was on the train and not receiving any texts from him. So.
I was so I'm also such a huge fan of his, and I was so excited to do this.
Anyway, he's amazing. He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, could you give me a second?
Yeah.
Still have the studio time though, so.
Yeah.
Let me give you 1 minute, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is there anybody we could call to do a podcast? Like who else? Who could we book? I mean, I have the spot.
Yeah. I could ask Paul's publicist if she thinks that,
I mean, sure, try sending an email, but I'm gonna, like, reach out to any, like, are there any comics that are nearby?
I think Paul's publicist represents Ben Stiller also.
You think Ben Stiller's just gonna come here? I mean, that would be awesome. Do you want to ask?
Well, I can ask her. I'm gonna call her.
JonMichael, obviously I don't know, edit
I do
this
have a
out.
show right after this though, so like we do have time, but since we were booked at 11.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
I mean, I don't want to rush you, but
I understand. Maybe I could even just get like a Patreon episode or something.
yeah, I mean, whatever you want, we're recording, so.
Your call has been forwarded.
Tried Mark Norman. I tried Samarel. I tried Rudnitsky. I'm trying, seeing Jordan Jensen wants to.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt, but sorry, but I'll tell you in a sec.
Dude, this fucking sucks.
I know.
All right. I mean, I could do a solo episode. I mean, I'll do a Patreon.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Is there? I mean, it's booked already, right? So like,
Yeah,
if I
I mean,
cancel it, it's paid for. There's nothing I could do.
We're at about an hour left, so might as well do it while you're here.
What were you gonna say?
Ben Stiller doesn't do podcasts right now. He does only things with friends and stuff. That's what she said. But she was really nice about it, and she said Paul's not angry at all.
All right. I think I saw him on Armchair Expert.
Okay, should I call her back?
Say what? Like, hey, he did another podcast. Will he do this? All right. Let me use the bathroom, and then I'm gonna do like maybe we'll do like a Patreon or something.
Do you want me to get order some lunch?
No. I'll be right back. Are you interested in getting personalized ED treatment without having the embarrassing obstacle of needing to go into a doctor's office and while all the people are in the waiting room, you have to yell, "I need help with my soft cock"? Sure you do. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/TYSO. That's HIMS.com/TYSO for your personalized ED treatment options.
hims.com/TYSO.
The featured products include compound products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Sometimes you might feel a little bit stressed, kind of like how I do during this episode that you're watching. That's why I have some good news. This episode is sponsored by Cornbread Hemp CBD Gummies. And right now, Take Your Shoes Off listeners could save 10%. No, that can't be right. Is that 30%? Is it really 30%? Yeah, 30% off your first order. Just go to cornbreadhemp.com/TYSO and use code TYSO at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/TYSO and use code TYSO at checkout. Hey, I'm doing stand-up. The Ricky's on the Loose tour. I'm in San Jose this week on Thursday. I'm also in Los Angeles on Saturday doing a live podcast with Lisa Gilroy. If you want to come and you're in Los Angeles, come. If you don't, or if you're not in Los Angeles, you could get streaming tickets and stream it live. Also, if you're not available at that time, you could watch it for, I think 2 weeks, but I know at least a week. Also, the Ricky's on the Loose tour is coming back in August. I got a ton of new cities coming up. Some are already available, but if you want to find out when I'm going to be in your city, go to punchup.live/Rick Glassman and sign up for my no spam mailing list so I could tell you when I'm coming to your city. I don't remember. I have Detroit. I have South Carolina. I have Florida. I have some other stuff. Our pets' heads are falling off. Sign up at punchup.live/Rick Glassman, and also that's where you can get tickets to San Jose this Thursday, Los Angeles this Saturday, and enjoy the rest of the episode with Mr. Rudd.
Hi. Hey, it's Duncan again from Rick Glassman's office, and I was just... Hi. Yeah, we were just talking about it and noticed that actually Ben had done Dax Shepard's podcast. So I was just wondering if in the same sort of spirit he would be willing to come on to Rick's show.
I'm so excited.
He was really nice.
Yeah, so I just don't think, unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to work out.
Right.
And you told him that this session was later and he just waited anyway?
I just kind of said that you were trains, just given the kind of New York.
You think there's no way, like even that it's not worth asking him?
I'd say probably not. He's
Okay.
super busy.
Okay, no, I totally understand. We just did want to just double check and make sure. And again, please tell Paul that we're deeply sorry about today. Okay.
Will do.
Thank you so much for your help. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Hey, so I think it was like Dax and Ben are kind of friends.
Oh, yeah, I said I don't... Yeah. You asked her again?
Well, I just wanted to say maybe Ben has a different appetite for this kind of thing than he used to have, and she, is it even worth checking with him? But she said, actually he and Dax know each other, and that's basically...
So you talked to her on the phone. She said Ben doesn't do podcasts. And then you called her back and you said, yes, he does?
Well, after we spoke, and you said he was on Armchair Expert, I said, it's worth just... I think it's just, to me, I'm like...
Doesn't matter.
Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
There's nothing to lose kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think she's okay with, she understands what it is to try and,
And what...
rig things together.
And what is this? Like, what do you... You want to be in production, right?
Yeah. I mean, believe me, I know that this is a fatal error, and it's honestly the first
It's
time
okay. It's all right.
ever,
It's all right. A fatal error sounds so... Like, you're not fired. You've helped me out so much when I've been here, and I appreciate what you do. It's just...
no, I'm not.
You
I don't mean
forgot
like
to
that.
tell him?
I just mean I feel terrible for what it means to you, and for what I've cost you. I really do. Yeah, I forgot. I made a huge mistake.
All right. Well, I think I'm just gonna do I could do my ads.
Yeah.
I could catch up on ads, and maybe I'll do like something for Patreon.
Yeah.
Do you want to do them with me? Do you want to do ads with me?
Not really, but I mean, if you don't want to be alone, I will.
Oh man, I don't know. Is that how I was coming across?
No, I people, it might be kind of, like, who's this? But it's okay.
I'm actually in a fine mood right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine. I don't know. Well, do you want to do a Patreon episode with me?
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
You do, really?
Sure. Whatever.
We could talk about like what you want to do and tell people how we met and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I've been thinking about doing this with JonMichael and Tom too, just kind of like behind the scenes stuff.
Great. Anything to make it, salvage it. I'm happy to help.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't have Paul Rudd, but here's my assistant. I mean, I don't know if it's salvaging it. It's just a different episode.
Yeah. I mean, salvage the day at least. Or is that...
Yeah. Do you want to sit here?
You have to tell me how to put this on.
Yep.
Wrong.
Hold on, once I get stuck on this.
I mean,
That's okay.
there we go.
So like, come here. You want to just come sit where it's closest to you. Can we focus this, please? Do you need a back pillow?
No. All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm not going to be as funny as Paul Rudd.
I'm in a little bit. Now I'm in a little bit of a mood again.
I know, man.
Also, this shit happens, man. I understand. I wouldn't have even been in touch with him if it weren't for you. It was a good move to reach out to a publicist. So I also, like, sometimes when I get like this, I get like a little obsessive, and I want to acknowledge also, sorry if I was mean, or...
No, you weren't.
How'd you
I
even
feel terrible.
How'd you even know to get in touch with his public? Like, how do you get in touch with a publicist?
Well, I've been in touch with Paul's publicist for other gigs, actually, not for Paul, but she has a big roster of clients. But you know, as far as just how to get in touch with a publicist, I kind of just know how to do that, I guess. It's you know, you just kind of look up who represents who, and they're always very cordial. Sometimes there are some kind of tricks to actually get them to take your call. Or email is good too. It's kind of less, you know, it's not that easy to actually get someone on the phone in the moment that you're calling. So sometimes it's just email. And the actual thing is that when I started in the mailroom at a management company, and you get every big management company has like a IMDb Pro login, and if you use that, you've used it, I'm sure, or maybe you haven't. But if you use Pro IMDb, you can see who represents who, and that's how you track down representatives. And then if you email them, sometimes it's good to have a very official sounding email address. So I actually have a few different email handles. Well, like at so-and-so's office or something, you know, like...
well, do you not know what they are?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to say the exact my exact email address, but I have several. And you could use kind of producers' names or agents' names, and then ASST, like assist, like you're their assistant.
Oh, yeah.
And you get responses that way.
It's actually a good idea.
It's just to get your foot in the door. You don't have to. It's not like a con, really. It's just really.
Well, you're pretending to be somebody else's assistant.
Yes, but it is for a real thing and for a real booking, and it's not like they end up conned or something. It's just to get a response.
Has there ever been a situation where like they thought you were somebody else and you got in a little bit of trouble?
No. But I don't think of that as like, you know, I would call that kind of a white lie, you know, and honestly, it's kind of how everybody functions in this business. You have to be a little crafty, I think.
What made you reach out to me to do this? If like, it seems like you're already working with a lot of people. We've been working together now for, I think since last summer.
Yeah, July.
And, I don't know if we're posting this or what we're posting, but, Duncan reached out to me. He's a fan of the podcast and wanted to be an intern. And I didn't know what that meant. Like, I don't know what I would need, but I thought, well, when I'm in New York, come and help like with production stuff. And you've helped me
kind of ad hoc.
This is the first time you've helped me with booking. But yeah, you've just been helping out stuff. And
I don't know if I would call it helping. What happened here? Anyway, but yeah, no, but I normally have kind of 2 or 3 gigs on the go at a time, and you know, people like yourself who are in and out of town. Or some, people I help who are here full time.
What do you want to do? Like, what's the goal in 5 years?
It's kind of changing all the time, but I see myself sort of producing.
Changing, or like what else other than producing?
I used to think I might want to. I started at a management firm, and I used to think maybe I would want to be a manager. Or something.
I thought maybe you want to be a mailman.
No. Actually, my mailman says that profession is dying. He thinks there won't be mailmen anymore in a few years. He's like, all I deliver is junk mail. Nobody gets anything but junk anymore. And he's like really afraid for his job. The mail, like the USPS man in my neighborhood.
The stamps are going up, and I was thinking that, they need to make more money.
Well, the stamps going up is more reflective of the buying power of the dollar going down, actually. So that's a whole conversation.
Inflation is changing with everything, but the stamps are going up a lot higher than like paper towels.
The cost of a stamp.
Would you agree? What are stamps at? I think they're in the 40 cents.
You know, I find in New York it's hard to tell, actually, to gauge
how much
inflation.
Does a stamp cost?
Because in New York, a pack of gum costs
73 cents.
Well, for a
rectangle, Forever stamp, standard size, 73 cents. Postcards, 56 cents.
But
I actually knew that because I send my TYSO cards all the time.
Right. I think you're in the minority, though, of people who are actually using the USPS services.
You think most people don't use it?
That's what my mailman says.
Could we get him on the podcast?
Yes, I think so. He's a nice guy.
So you want to get into production?
Yeah. But just to quickly wrap up on inflation, because I find in New York, it's really hard to measure inflation because New York has its own kind of pricing, which doesn't make any sense. You know, like if you buy a pack of gum, it could be like $4. And then you go, is this inflation or is this just New York? So you actually have to...
Like when you're at an airport?
No, even just on the street.
But I'm saying when you're in an airport, wherever, everything's more expensive because you're in like
I see what you mean. Yeah, like that. So it's not really, it's hard to get your head around. Is it just New York craziness or is it the country, the dollar collapsing?
You in a relationship?
No, not at the moment.
Are you? You don't have to answer. Are you straight or gay or
straight.
Anything else?
I'm a straight man.
When was the last time you were in a relationship?
Well, a long one or or a short one. You know, I had
was the most recent one long or short?
Short.
That one.
When was that? I think.
Do you care about talking about this stuff, by the way? I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think I can kind of, you know, like protect people's privacies, but still
also,
answer.
we bleep anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to say her name. But it kind of ended for us in September, but it was pretty short-lived.
What happened?
Oh, it was, I was visiting her where she lives, which is in Texas. And it was really, everything was going very well. But then I found that when she came to visit me in New York, it was like very different.
Because everything's so expensive?
No, well, no, it was more that, like seeing her in my real life, you know, the whole thing kind of changed or something. Like when I was visiting her, it was a fantasy or something. It was like not real life. And
well, everything's bigger in Texas. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no.
Well, everything's more expensive in New York. Is that true?
Than Texas?
What's more true? Everything's bigger in Texas or things are more expensive in New York? What's more true?
I think the second one. The things are more expensive in New York. Yeah.
I've never heard that saying.
Yeah. But, yeah.
When you ever like go like the way you just did that, but like you were getting back on track, do you ever try doing things like yeah, but seriously, do you know what I'm talking about? That device that people use sometimes?
To just keep,
like to change. Anyway, like sometimes I try and use devices I've seen in shows, like in real life.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have any of those that you do?
I don't think I do that. No, I don't think I go like that.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
And you've heard everything's bigger in Texas?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard inflation is different in New York? Have you ever heard it other than like when you just said it?
I don't think that's what I said. That inflation is different in New York. I just meant it's harder to, I said in New York, it's harder to measure the rate of inflation.
I'm just trying to be playful. I'm trying to I'm just trying to be funny.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm sorry if sometimes I get too.
If you apologize, I'm just like, I'm trying to find a little bit of a pocket, you know?
I know. I got to get out of, you know, because I'm sitting here and I feel really.
I wasn't even thinking about it. You're feeling bad about dude, honestly.
And I feel a little, you know, inadequate. I'm definitely not as good as exciting as a conversation as Paul Rudd would be talking about Friendship, the movie.
With Tim Robinson?
Yeah.
In theaters now. Is it?
I think so. If by the time you release this, yeah. I think it was supposed to time out with the release.
Well, Friendship it's called?
Mm-hmm.
What's the log line for Friendship with Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson? What would you guess it is? Or do you not know enough?
That's a fun game, actually, to try and think of a log line for a movie that you haven't seen.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Crimson Tide?
No.
Do you know anything about it?
I know that Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman
Try to do one for that.
Crimson Tide.
Think about it.
Things are different below the surface. or something like
so you
that.
do know it's about submarine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Demolition Man.
What is that?
Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
Okay. And they...
Wesley Snipes is a really bad criminal, and Sylvester Stallone is a cop. And it takes place present time when it came out in the 90s, I believe it was early 90s, and they were cryogenically frozen.
Right.
And Wesley Snipes somehow got out of being frozen. So the only one that could catch Snipes is the guy that caught him the first time, Stallone. So they unfreeze Stallone.
Unfreeze. Yeah.
Now they're in the future. Sandra Bullock's in it. And now they're in the future, and they're now people from the 90s living in the 2030s, 2040s, whenever it is. They don't even have toilet paper. They use seashells to wipe their butts. And now they live in this world where these two people who are really old but now frozen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think the log line would be for that?
So, but in the future, they need to. The police in the future are less sophisticated than the
police
ones in the
future.
past?
There's such peace in the future.
Oh.
I forgot to set that up. There's such peace in the future that
they're not even trained in dealing with.
they don't have to deal with that. There's no bad stuff anymore. Also, Taco Bell is a luxury, which I thought that was just a fun little thing.
There's an actual Taco Bell.
Yeah, and that's like
product.
fine dining.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Was there a video game of this?
probably.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar more with the. I think I'm familiar with the video game, or the artwork of the video game, unless it didn't exist. But
I'm sure it did. Back then, movies were always video games.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a Hudson Hawk video game.
what is that?
Hudson Hawk is Bruce Willis, and something that they get that uses something to turn rocks into gold.
Oh,
I don't really remember.
okay, wow.
So Demolition Man,
So
logline. Could you think of one?
the future is here.
It's I think it's because I had the poster when I was a kid. I think it's something like the world's not big enough for the two of them, or something like one of them has to go, type of thing.
Maybe the future's not big enough for the both.
Suburban dad Tim Robinson becomes hell-bent on being best friends with his charismatic new neighbor, Paul Rudd. Sounds good.
Yeah, is there a log line?
That's the best I got.
Oh, I mean, is there a? What do you call that?
I guess I'll look at the poster. Could I see the poster for Friendship with Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson?
What do you call the line that's on the poster? A log line?
That's what I was thinking.
But I think the log line is like a one-line description of the movie,
Right.
like you just read.
Yeah.
So what is the thing on the
The
poster?
funniest thing I've seen in my entire... Oh, that's just a... Men shouldn't have friends. Yeah, what is that called?
Don't know.
What's it called on a movie poster when there's a sentence that gets people to want to see the movie? Tagline.
Tagline.
Yeah, like sometimes you look at the poster, you're like, I don't know. I mean, I know those guys from something.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's this? Men shouldn't have friends. I want to see it.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
what would you say the tagline for this Patreon episode that was supposed to be with Paul Rudd would be? And what would the log line be?
Communication is key. And that's the tagline. Oh, and the log line is Paul Rudd unfortunately encounters a scheduling mishap, and
But that would make it more about Paul
That's
Rudd
true.
when this episode is actually not about
he's
him.
not even featuring in it. Yeah. An unfortunate scheduling mishap leads to
Podcast host assistant.
podcast host and his assistant
Getting to know each other and having a
getting
good time.
to know each other.
Really going below
that's
the
a positive
surface.
way to put it. Yeah. I like the positive spin
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
If I had my dog with me, I would say positive spin.
It is funny because I don't think you and I have really ever talked for this long.
No,
Not
it's
that we don't
mostly
talk, but
texts
we haven't
too,
had
yeah.
a long conversation about anything really, and on camera. It's kind of funny, But
You said that when you were in Texas, things weren't necessarily bigger, but it was a fantasy.
well, it was like not real life in a way, because I was visiting her, and I was everything was kind of shiny, and I was
Yeah.
really falling for her.
Where'd you meet her?
I met her at South by Southwest. So she lives in Texas.
Nice.
And I was out there for South by Southwest. And
it's like production stuff?
Yeah, I was there with a friend of mine who had a short film in the festival.
Do you mind saying who it is? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I
You could say who it is. We'll bleep it.
Yeah, it's my friend, and it was a short film that he made that played in the festival, and I was supporting him. I had done a little bit of work with him on it, and I met her there, and yeah, and she was great, and we had a really good time in Texas and stuff, and I went back to see her, and then anyway, and then she came to New York.
So March of last year you met her, and then you started dating in September, which is 5 months later.
It fell apart around September.
Oh, you broke up in September, right?
Yeah. In between that time, I had gone to see her, and then she came here for about 2 weeks, and it was like kind of like a different person almost. I mean, she's the same person, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was like I was different, maybe.
Did you feel like responsible for hosting her? Like she's staying at your
yes,
place,
definitely.
Doesn't have a car,
right? Definitely that, but that was all okay. That was expected, but I don't know. You know, it was just against the backdrop of my sort of life. Everything kind of got confusing or something. I think it's my fault.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. It was not. You know, we're still friendly and everything, but that was just the most recent. Romance. It can be hard meeting people.
Yeah. I just got in my head a little bit thinking about like breakup stuff, and I don't talk about this stuff on the podcast much. I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's just like, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Did you have a high school girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
A long one?
She was like 5'4".
Okay. Right. It's funny.
So I do get a little bit stressed, and one of the ways I like to unwind is by taking CBD. You may have heard me talking about CBD on this podcast before. I'm a big fan of a CBD gummy. So when I got asked if I would be interested in trying out this brand called Cornbread, I'm like, yeah, obviously. I love CBD. I love gummies. All products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. I have been taking the CBD ones, and they're good. They really are. I've also been informed that they only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. They have other products that I haven't quite tried yet. They have a CBD lotion. They also have one with menthol, which is interesting. Yeah, it's organic ingredients. It's a nice looking brand. It really is. And right now, Take Your Shoes Off listeners get 30% off their first order. Just go to cornbreadhemp.com/TYSO and use code TYSO at checkout. That's cornbread, cornbreadhemp.com/TYSO and use code TYSO at checkout. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk to you about Hims, which is personalized ED treatment for your soft fucking cock. Now I know what you're thinking. My cock isn't always soft. Sometimes it's hard. Great. Then don't take it then. You might also be thinking, well, I'm rock hard when I'm not wearing a condom, but when I wear a condom, I sometimes go soft. Been there, done that. Well, I got some good news for you. The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor visits, no insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds and thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/TYSO. Hims provides a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable tablets, Viagra, and Cialis, and their generics up to 95% off. The featured products include compound products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/TYSO. She was, probably still is. In fact, I know she still is. She's a smart girl. She was in Spanish 5. It's a thing. It's like I didn't realize you could have Spanish that high because I thought in high school, freshman, you could do up to Spanish 4. And it makes me kind of think of like once you have a black belt, what's after that? But then there's second degree, third degree. So she was like whatever. And we had my first kiss anniversary. I posted on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw that. Our first kiss was April 21st, which was not too long ago. Right. I remember that because on April 20th, we went bowling, and we had been dating for 4 months, and I never kissed her, and we never kissed.
Wow.
Neither of us had ever kissed anybody before. Right. We're both almost 18 years old. And I was too scared to kiss her. I just checked you. Is this boring? I noticed I got good at it's totally fine.
No, it's just
this is good for me to check in when people check their watch.
Yeah, I'm always conscientious of the schedule and stuff. But no,
it doesn't seem like it.
You went bowling on the 20th. I'm completely with you with the story.
If I were to say to you, and I'll go back to that story in a second. If I were to say to you, I have no ego with this, and I really want to better understand people's body language and social cues. Yeah. Tell me the truth. I'm totally fine with it, because also it's not the most interesting story. Was there a part of you that kind of zoned out a little?
No, I think I wanted a sip of coffee.
And you're doing it every certain amount of minutes?
No, it's not that. It's just that I thought since I'm going to be doing this, I might as well do that at the same time, just to kind of multitask in a way and listen to you. But I do on my computer, for instance, I do kind of 3-4 things at once. You know, I'm doing emails and I'm listening to something. And so it's normal for me to sort of listen to what you're saying while also performing other functions and operations. So it's to me, but I understand that it made it seems rude, but for me, it's totally. I
didn't think it was rude.
It's just normal for part of my flow.
I just want to get used to a better understanding. Is this person bored, or they want to know the time, or do they just compulsively check? I just think it's valuable information.
I mean, I brought it up, the girlfriend thing. So it's not that you just started going off on that.
You said that sometimes you do 4 things. Checking emails, listening to music was 2. What would be other 2 things that you do while doing those 2 things?
Schedule. I do scheduling.
While you're checking emails?
Well, while being aware of emails or a chat that's happening. Listening to music. Maybe I exaggerated the number.
On 4/20, we went bowling, and I kissed her after midnight. And the first kiss was on 4/21. And I remember thinking after the fact, oh, I'm glad that I kissed her after midnight. Otherwise, my first kiss would have been on Hitler's birthday.
Oh, right. 4/20.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was before I smoked weed. So 4/20 was Hitler's birthday. Now 4/20 is,
right.
Do you smoke?
No, I don't.
Did you ever?
Yeah, I used to a lot in high school, but I stopped.
Okay. There you have it. Duncan, what's your last name?
Donuts.
Okay.
No, that's just a joke it's Doherty.
Duncan Doherty. That sounds still like a donut. Dough.
Yeah, I think that was the original thought behind the joke.
Is that why you get a Dunkin' coffee?
It's not why, but no, it's not why.
Do they ever say, what's your name? So they can write on the cup and you go, don't worry about it. It's taken care of.
At Dunkin', they don't ask your name, which is part of why I like going there.
Oh, so it is part of it. That's what I was asking.
That's what you were asking?
I was asking, do you go to Dunkin' Donuts for reasons that involve your name?
Well, I thought you meant, because my name is Duncan. But I mean, I just like that you don't have to. I don't like at Starbucks that they ask your name.
Why?
I don't know. It feels a little. I just want to buy a coffee.
Do you say that?
No, I mean I don't. No, I just don't go in there. Actually,
try it. I'll be at Starbucks barista.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on one sec.
What do I have to order the whole drink, or I'd like a coffee, please.
Sure thing, sweetheart. What do you want?
Just a coffee. With
black coffee?
Yeah.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot? Anything in it? Sweetener? Cream?
No, just some milk, please.
What's your name?
Duncan.
I thought you were going to say, I don't want to tell you. That was kind of the...
Should we try again?
Yeah. But when you go to Dunkin' Donuts, is that what it's like? Was everything right up to that point?
No, that's Starbucks.
I know, but I'm saying Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. Mm-hmm. You like to go into Dunkin' Donuts because they don't ask your name.
No.
But they still ask...
They give you a number.
But they still ask you what you want and all that stuff.
Of course, yeah.
So the only difference is at the end, what's your name?
Right.
So try handling it like you don't want to say the name.
I don't want to say it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. We'll try it again.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to Starbucks. What could I get you?
I'll just have a coffee, a small hot coffee, please.
Small black hot coffee, nothing in, no cream, no sugar.
Some regular milk, please.
Anthony, give me a second. I'm talking to a customer over here. All right. What's your name, sweetheart?
You could just write Just put, just draw a circle on it.
Fine.
Thank you.
Who cares?
No, you're right. You're right. It's not a big deal. It's just a preference. I actually just like the coffee better too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is just for Patreon, but do you want to do, maybe we could get them as a sponsor. You want to do a Dunkin' Donuts ad?
Why not?
Not show it, like do it, like take a sip of it and like, here, I have an idea. Let me see that for a second. So, you don't really like coffee, okay? And, but you're feeling a little tired. And I'm like, you could have a sip of my Dunkin'. And you'd be like, in your mind, you're like, I don't want to do this. I know it's going to be disgusting. And when you take a sip,
it's really good.
Yeah, so good that you're going to become a coffee drinker.
Okay.
And whoa, this is good. And then also, you might want to assume that this is probably like $40.
Right.
Something like that, right?
Sure.
And then like when I tell you the price, you can't believe it.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me you're a little tired.
I'm a little tired today.
Also, if you can, just maybe you could say tired because you were up all night fucking tons of girls.
Okay. Yeah, I was just, man, I'm tired today.
What's up?
Oh, I was up all night, fucking tons of girls and stuff.
I forgot to add. Also, you have to say, and I hate coffee, so there's nothing I can do about it.
There's nothing I can do.
Don't take it from the top.
I'm tired.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? Why are you so tired?
Late night. I was up all night. Just had a bunch of girls over. We were
nice
having sex.
Nice. Anything else you want to tell me about yourself?
I just wish I could, I just wish I was one of those lucky people who drinks coffee because...
well, why don't you just take a sip? I got a Dunkin'.
I've never really liked coffee.
Just have a sip. Maybe you won't like the taste, but it'll wake you up.
Well, that's true. I'll drink it just for the effect, I guess. Thank you.
You like it?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Where's this from?
Dunkin' Donuts. Have a Dunkin'.
Well, I wish I could afford to have this on a daily basis, but...
Why? What do you think it costs?
This? Well, we're in New York City, so $14 probably?
Less.
Less?
Yeah.
Well, any less than that would be a steal.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay. There's something there. There's something there. Yeah, your energy was a little low for that. How are you on time?
Good. Good, really good.
Do you have someplace to be?
No, well, yeah, I don't have a time pressure. No, not at all. I just,
You seem nervous, and I forgot. Are you? It's fine.
Yeah. No,
is
I
it
know.
just because? Is it because we're on camera, or is it because of the Paul Rudd stuff?
No, I think it's a bit of all of that. Yeah. I don't normally. I'm a little conscientious of what I say and don't say. I think, kind of thing.
If there's anything you want us to bleep or take out, like name,
really?
We're gonna take out.
Yeah.
Okay. I did say in the character of the coffee person.
You did?
We'll leave that in.
Okay.
And you know what might be fun is if do you have any stories that you want to tell that might be? Is it because you feel private, or you feel like you're not interesting?
I don't know. I guess there's some things that I feel a little nervous might make me. I don't know. I guess I'm a little private, Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I'm happy to talk and be talking. And I do feel like I want to help. I want to help redeem this whole thing for you. So I think I'm happy to be able to help like this, and I want to make it interesting. I feel like I'm not the most interesting person to have on, and so yeah, I think that's what I'm feeling a little bit.
Why'd you stop smoking weed?
I smoked in high school, like I said, and I had a couple.
Were you like a pothead, or did you smoke sometimes?
There were people who smoked more than me, but I discovered it pretty young and really had a big relationship with it through high school.
What age?
When did I start? I guess I was sort of 13, and And then I had a friend who was really into it and who, go ahead, what's that?
Do you want a little cranberry oatmeal thing?
I'll try a little piece, sure.
Do you want to rip it off, or do you find that I touched it?
That's okay, yeah.
Just be a little conscious, or maybe we can mute the microphones during the chewing.
Right.
Mmm.
Thank you. That's really nice. No, thanks. It's very nice. Are you flying out tomorrow still?
What?
You're planning to fly out tomorrow?
Do you want any more?
Do you want me to get rid of it?
No, do you want any more?
No, I'm okay, thank you.
You need a napkin?
No, I don't think so.
I normally don't eat until like close to dinner time, and I get in pastries, but I get it. It's just so good, especially with a little,
That's really good.
caffeine.
Yeah, it was really good.
Do I have anything in my teeth?
No.
Okay, what were you saying?
Gulp, 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 gulp.
About weed?
Yeah, so I had a friend who was quite into drugs in general, and we were kind of bad influence on each other. So I stopped at a certain point, and yeah,
What happened? I mean,
it's a little hard to get into, and probably not that great to talk about on camera, but
I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested now.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you wanted to redeem
yeah,
stuff. Also, if we could take this out after.
right.
Here, let me turn the cameras off. Boop, boop, boop. Will you turn that off?
Well, yeah. Basically we used to kind of get in trouble together a lot, and we ended up getting in kind of a big trouble together, and
What happened?
it's crazy to talk about actually, because it's but it was a long, long time ago. And
High school.
we actually ended up going, having charges pressed against us because we kind of kidnapped and a friend of ours. Well, not kidnapped, but we had a friend of ours. We drugged a friend of ours, and
With what kind of drug?
it was like an anesthetic drug. My friend who was into drugs was
Like what? Like an
It was a flower
anesthesiologist?
seed. Yeah, but he was he was really into reading about things.
Like Walter White with resin.
Yeah, I mean, my friend knew all this stuff. We used to do.
Hold on a second. So you're in high school. You guys are smoking weed, and one of you guys has an idea.
He did.
Okay.
But I would, yeah, it was.
Let's use this flower seed to drug a friend. Is this friend of yours a guy or a girl?
Guy.
Same age, and you guys are friends?
Yeah, and it was kind of a prank. It
Right.
wasn't like we weren't like, let's kill him. It was nothing, but it was definitely we went too far. and and then he was really freaked out. Yeah, my friend, he used to. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said his name.
We'll bleep
you
it.
bleep it. Yeah. He used to know all kinds of things. Like, do you know about seeds?
Mm-mm.
It's a flower seed. And
I know about the like at Thai restaurants. I get the a lot.
I think it's probably the. Well, is that involving a flower?
I thought it was kind of like a broccolini.
Oh, okay. But
Maybe
there is
it's from that.
There is a flower. Flower. You know, maybe you should bleep that when I'm saying it too, because I don't want to be responsible for like kids learning about. You know what I mean? If anybody hears this, I don't want them to get
they'll just have to
ideas
get.
from
I'm
me.
going to keep that I say it's a Thai thing I order.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, it's information that's out there. But anyway, he bought the flower seeds. We used to buy them at like Walmart. You know, they're very available. You just get a little packet like that.
I mean, you're giving more instruction to people.
Right. That's true. Actually, it's really bad. Yeah. Maybe bleep everything I said. But I don't know. You eat it. You know, you crush up the flower seeds and eat it.
And what does that do?
It gets you high.
What kind of high?
Kind of like weed, but more.
Okay.
But more. And
Awesome.
And you throw up.
Not awesome.
Yeah, but just in the beginning.
Better.
And
like being pregnant.
yeah. And then it gives way to like being very high. And I looked at myself in the mirror when I was having these, and your pupils are insane. So anyway, that's. But anyway, just to say, my friend, you know, he found all this stuff out. It was all like, you know, this is like, you know, the early 2000s, and he found it all on the internet.
Okay, so he crushed up the seeds. He puts it in your friend's water or something?
No, we didn't feed him that. We gave him a different thing that I really can't say what or anything about it.
Okay.
Because it's a different effect. It's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had a friend of ours who I really definitely can't name. And we had him over, and like we like made him unconscious, and we filmed it all, taped it, and then he pressed charges against us, and we had to go to a trial.
What was on the tape? What were you guys doing?
We filmed him because we thought he would, just to prove that, just to show everything that happened.
What happened?
Nothing. We just made him sleep on the couch.
So
But you can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
I know that's not good.
And we filmed it so that we would have a tape of the whole, you know.
Do you still have the
from
tape?
the beginning to end. No, I don't have the tape. No. Like it was all, you know, this was we had to go face charges, you know. So it's embarrassing to talk about because it definitely defined the next several years of my life. It was very
It's a
shameful.
weird thing too, because like that's obviously a bad thing. Is a friend okay?
Yeah. But he was definitely really traumatized, and
Right. No, I know. It's horrible.
The thing that was really this was idea, my friend who I did this with.
Bleep it.
Yeah, bleep it. He put it's so weird, but this was him, you know, but he put an edit in the tape. So it's like 2 hours of like our friend sitting on sleeping on the couch, and you know, it's real time, but my friend put like a cut in there for the police to find, so that the police would find it and say,
What's missing?
There's 10 minutes of footage missing. What happened in that 10 minutes? You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he did that to mess with the police, if that makes sense. Just to make the police think there was something scary in there.
Yeah, that's not that. That's just, yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, I'm kind of having a big feeling of like, I kind of really don't want anyone to hear this. Because, you know, it's like telling the worst thing that you ever did when you were a kid. And
The worst thing that you ever did was be there while somebody else, it wasn't flowers, it was something else. Have you ever, why would your friend take out 10 minutes to fuck with the police? Why would he even know that the police would find this?
Because they can tell that there's
I'm saying, why when he originally did this,
Yeah.
what
was
did
his
he think
motivation?
the police were going to catch him? How would he even know that the police were going to look at this to
Right.
take 10 minutes out to fuck with them? Also, you know, why 10 minutes? What was the 10 minutes?
Well, yeah, to tell you know, I guess I should just be honest with you. In that 10 minutes, we did fuck with him a little bit.
I'm like scared to ask, but also like there's already a lawsuit. Everything's fine, right? I mean, it's done.
I don't think it's that good to. I don't think it's great to.
We had Paul Rudd scheduled. You forgot to tell him or tell me that the time changed. We're now here doing a Patreon that really not that many people see. If after you walk away, we both agree to take this out, I will.
Right.
Legally speaking, charges were pressed. It's done. It's double jeopardy, like that movie with what's her name?
Ashley Judd.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It might be interesting.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, like, we didn't do nothing. He never got hurt or anything.
Okay. What
Nothing
happened?
like that.
Why take the 10 minutes out? What was in the 10 minutes? Did he do anything to your friend?
What? Did he do anything? Who?
We will bleep the names. The friend who went to sleep is, what's his name? Oh, we got to wrap up in like 5 minutes.
I'm happy to tell you all this too, like, offline.
I want to know a brief version of this.
Okay.
Is asleep. What is doing? And what are you doing?
When he's asleep, we were filming him. And, to be honest, it was like we did this as an experiment. We kind of planned it together. And, it was like a bit of like a God feeling. That was kind of it was like we kind of felt like we just wanted to feel that we had him under our control. And, that's like the thing, and I can talk about it with some distance because it's almost like talking about the actions of another person at this point. I can see myself at that age as another person. And, so I can talk about it, because I think it's fascinating to understand how people operate and how people do certain things. But, we were not, people we were not high status people in school. And, it was kind of a God feeling.
Is that something that why you did this, or something you noticed while you doing it? What makes you feel like a God?
Having someone be completely under your control, at your mercy.
And what do you do with that control? What did this other person that you are no longer?
Yeah. Well, we kind of took his pants off and sucked him off and stuff. Yeah. So that's why, there were charges brought against us. And
you're being serious.
Yeah. Yeah. And, that's why I never went to, I never graduated.
This is a friend of yours and you took his pants off and you sucked his dick?
Kind of. Not like, I would say we manipulated him.
What would you say?
And I actually think I am okay if you post this in a way, if you don't reveal certain details or certain names, because, in the end I was, like I said, there's a lot of distance, and I do think it's important to understand, why certain actions are performed and what to do about it. I did stop smoking weed after that. I do think I was sort of, my brain was not fully developed when I started smoking weed. And I don't think people should smoke weed until they're sort of older. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think your brain is really still being formed when you're 13. I think until you're sort of
You were
20,
13.
No, that's when I started smoking weed. That's when I started smoking. I mean,
When did you suck your friend's dick?
we were 16 when this incident happened.
He was asleep? Was he hard? Did he get hard in his sleep?
No.
If the story you just told me about you in high school was a movie, what would you say the log line would be?
Two friends who have a negative influence on each other take things way too far.
And suck their other friend's soft dick.
We gotta wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
I have the show coming up.
Yeah, right.
Just out of time, sorry.
All
No,
right,
no problem.
real quick,
Yeah.
what would you say the log line would be? Or the tagline? You okay?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just hard to think of one. I think we have to get out of here. Sorry again, Rick.